Yeah, got you. Let's crank this up to straight. YGFDT, energy, and raw West Coast bars. But pen them chill hawks that hit like fists. First is slicing through the bullshit with zero chill. We talking fake, fuck Christian. Pearl the Nazi as the ultimate diss track. I'm hypocrite, holy rollers, child prayer robes, and swastika waving the neighbors, pounding at the wake, snorty grin, although we crowd scream, no cap on fire. Here's the full track. They pray in the pews, but pray in the dark. Cross on the neck, devil in the heart, ice jack, boots marching, get stabbed on glow up, documented dreams get stomped in the mud.
Listen, Cindy Prim, you're one of those lefties. I have a question for you, lefty. If Obama was in the Epstein files, hundreds of thousands of times redacted, as the lefty you are, as the nasty lefty you are, would you want to know if he's president, what those redactions were? Or would you be like, oh yeah, it's Obama, it's okay, he can be redacted? How would you feel? Type 1 if you would want Obama redacted. So because as the American people, when you become president, you lose your right to privacy. You're now the embodiment of America. So Americans who voted for you have a right to know what the fuck as Obama, right? Why was he in the Epstein files? What would you say, lefty? You dirty lefty? Would you want to know? Or would you be like MAGA? Oh no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Would you be like MAGA? Right? No. It's funny. Here's a lefty right here. Here's Cindy Prim. She's a proud lefty, right? Type a 1 if you think that Trump's a pedo, right? Type a 1 in chat. Put 1 pedo, 0 not pedo. Right? All right, there you go. 1. Type a 1. Welcome to the chat. Here's a little music. I am Raving Antifa, or known as 012 or Undowdu, coming to you live, right? The guy's a fucking pedo. It's just math, guys. Why? You know, he hasn't been exonerated. I love how Trump is always like, I've been exonerated, and we have such shitty reporters. Sir, there is hundreds of thousands of you redacted in the Epstein files. How can you say you're exonerated when you have over 100,000 unredacted mentions in the Epstein files? How can you say you're redacted, sir? That should be, the moment he says that I've been exonerated, he says, sir, you're still, why then how come all the redactions of your name? And then shut the fuck up. How come all the redactions of the name? Guys, MAGA, tell me, how come? Explain to me, MAGA. Hey, MAGA, explain to you dumb fucks why it's okay for Trump to not to be unredacted. Explain to me why it's okay for Trump not to be redacted. I want to hear your excuse. You're all just a bunch of pedo adjacent, fuck turds. That's it. All right, fuck turds. Let's go, Richard. Go straight. All right, this is Antifa. It's James. You're saved. What is that? Does that mean James? James is I like James. James, I like you. You're a good guy. James, does it mean that you're no longer in the MAGA cult, James? Does that mean, are you out of the Tell me, James. Hallelujah, James. Are you out of the MAGA cult? We may have one saved. Maybe the number 2 MAGA that we've saved in our channel. You may be number 2, right? I'm 91 years old. Auntie says she doesn't give a shit about Epstein files. All details. She loves Trump. Yeah, why? She's in denial. Auntie probably, likes, probably doesn't relate. You're 91. What do you think? Who cares about Auntie? How about you? Don't you care about the young girls, 91? But you know what? All right. I am going to make friends with Mike Carney now. Who's Mike Carney? Who's Mike Carney? Are you still in the cult? Type 0 or 1. 0, all right, means you're in the cult. 1 means you're out of the cult. 0, you're still an un. 1 is your Tao. You're waking up, all right? Anyone, all right? You fucking pedo lover. Right? James, you're out of the cult. James is out of the cult. Holy shit, James. James is out of the cult. Hey, James, did I bring you out of the cult? Is this channel? Did listen to Raving Antifa? Did Raving Antifa bring you out of the cult, James? Holy shit, you're out of the cult. God damn, James. Oh, look, we're going to give James a little honorary until Crystal takes it away. I'm giving you honorary status, James. Listen, look, how does that feel? How does that feel, James? How about that feel? How does that feel? I want you to type something, James. Oh my God. I'm getting drunk tonight. Look at James. How does it feel to be on the blue, to get the blue? How does it feel to get the blue? Look, you got the blue. You got the I'm out of the cult blue right now. James is out of the cult. James was hardcore, James. James was hardcore in the cult. We saved one. Where is what's his name? Where is our resident holy guy? Where's he gone? Right? I like a grifter. He is a grifter. Trump is a grifter. Congratulations, folks. Celebration. Let's have some music. Hey, James, what do you want to hear? What do you want to hear? Country music? You want to hear? What do you want to hear, James? James, let's pick a song. Let's pick a song for James. All right? I got a song for James. Here you go. Here's James. James, this is your song.
When I see his name on TV, I can't believe he really used to be my ex-boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend, no. I wouldn't wish it on my enemies, let alone on the land of the free. My ex-boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend. Fuck Donald Trump, he's my ex-boyfriend. He's my ex-boyfriend. Fuck Donald Trump, he's my ex-boyfriend. He's my ex-boyfriend.
There you go, James. That song goes out to you. I even put on your lipstick that you secretly wear, right? James. All right. What you're listening to is AntifaFM.com. You're listening to AntifaFM.com. I'm your host, Undoubted.
Rapist in chief with an Epstein file. They pray on their knees, then they pray on the weak. It's the same old grift with a new set of teeth. Crypto grifters with a forked tongue they speak. Just more gaslighting for the MAGA sheep. Katie Johnson knows what monsters you hide while you sell off the White House with fascist pride. Fake fuck Christians, they don't love and Nazis. Your gospel of hate, it's just for the MAGA only.
Woo! Yeah, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. So, yeah, here is Trump. You know, Trump, the only reason why Trump's talking about is sending a fleet. I mean, we're about to go to war with Iran. American kids are about to die for Iran. Iran, what the fuck, dude? What is Iran doing to us? Oil prices have jumped. Get ready for the gas prices are going to skyrocket around you guys. It's all it's just a reason for the oil company to fucking grift you. Oil went up $5 a barrel because of the announcement. Trump is just, you have to think, Trump is longed, you'd see a whole bunch of them because they knew this was coming. There's all this insider trading going on. Trump is just a grifter. His Epstein class, he's an Epstein class on that, right? He's an Epstein class, which means he's part of the Epstein family. Everyone who is basically mentioned as interacting with Epstein is the Epstein class, right? Anyone who's a billionaire. And anyone really who interacted with Epstein after the fact that he was convicted as a pedo and you didn't do your due diligence, there was like one woman that Epstein was trying to date and she just kept blowing him off, right? That was funny. Oh, here's your thing here. Let's see. Mikey's going to, let's walk on that. They went up because of tariffs too, but they also went up because of the war. Yeah. Tariffs did have an effect on it. That's true. That's true. All right. That's true. Listen, 12 years, you're an old timer. Old timer here. All right. Have a good day. What time you done? Huh? Oh, they're doing it themselves. All right, welcome to, we got a 12-year-old county here. There you go. Here, let's walk around and see what you guys want to see. You want to see what Japanese do on the weekend? What Japanese people do on the weekend? Let's walk around and show you what Japanese people do on the weekend. If you come here into Japan, right? You guys, this is a big park. This is a big park right here. We're gonna park right here. We're gonna walk around. Let's see. 7%. I don't have the thing. All right. Long time meet the Japan boy. What's up, Dax? How you doing? Why coffee is more expensive in the stores, Rosa? It's because of tariffs. It's because Trump put tariffs on South American countries like Brazil and other places where coffee is made. He put crazy like 30-40% tariff on it, right? Like the whole idea, listen, the whole idea behind tariffs is so for your local coffee makers can compete with the foreign coffee. But guess what? We don't grow coffee in America. See, this is where Trump is so fucking dumb, He is using tariffs not as the way they were designed to, but as a way to be a mob boss. Trump uses tariffs like a mob boss. It's like, I'm putting a fee on. What Trump does is no different going down the street, okay, as a mob boss and saying, hey, every one of you damn stores is going to pay me money. That's what he's doing. I mean, the way he's using tariffs is just like a mob boss, right? Type a 1 in chat if you agree. Type a 0 if you disagree. 1 if you agree, 0. This chat is 012, okay? On that. I'm Undoubted, your host. Here I am on here. Here's me, right? Type of 1. This is me, right? Okay. This is me. This is AI 01. Mouth is open. It's speaking. Eyes, mouth, right? Undoubted. That's me. Undoubted. I would walk around, but my phone is on. Actually, you know what? Guess what? I got chargers in the house. We can walk around. Let me stick a charger on. Let's stick a charger on. We got chargers. Look at that. Goddamn. We can walk around. I'm going to show you how this is the Japanese. Japanese don't worry about politics. It's not like politics is playing 24/7 like America, right? They don't give a shit about it. All right, we can grab this here. How much gas? I got plenty of gas on that one. All right. Let's turn this off because we don't want to, I can't play the music loud, but I can play the music on the phone. All right. So This is a park. This is a community park built for the people in Japan. Look, there's tennis courts over here. This is a public park. This is what they spend. This is why Japan doesn't have any money. They build places like this. Unlike America, where they build shit for the billionaires, in Japan they build shit for the people, right? To make life basically better. Look, there's a swimming pool right here. This is where I want to start going swimming. Okay, a swimming pool. I have a swimming facility right here. I should start going swimming for my exercise. Swimming is one of the best exercises you can do. But we're gonna walk around, and we're gonna show you around here. I'm gonna show you around this park. Look, they got a youth training thing going on here. Here's some junior high school kids. Oh, they got baseball camp. They got baseball competition. Look, they got a little board up here. Here's the facility that we're at here. Look, check it out. So here's a map. Where the map? Look, there's a walkway here you can do. There's another walkway here you can do. Walk around here. Look. So it's showing you the different walkways you can do, right? Has a little app here. You can get this app. Look, they have an app for this facility. They built an app for it. Isn't that cool? All right, on that. They do bowling here. Japan isn't going all right, dude. What are you dreaming of? Oh, Japan's not going all right. You understand, Japan has always been a very conservative country, right? But they're conservative in a way of, hey, they build shit like this. This is conservative. Not going all right. The prime minister, let me talk about the prime minister. Prime minister, she was in a punk band. The reason why they appointed her, because they did an assessment. They hired consultants, American consultants, and they asked, right, what would be the best kind of person to deal with Donald Trump? And the response was they needed a Margaret Thatcher. Trump was Margaret Thatcher, right? They needed someone to be a female because Trump, right? Trump is easy. Trump is a piece of shit, dude. He's easy to work with. Look at these kids, soccer camp. That's so great. Look at the kids doing their soccer camp. Really cool. Look, they're running a soccer camp. A couple dads got their kids. Trump is easy, So number one, you got to be a female. Trump, we know by data. Look how the Mexican president, Trump loves her. Trump loves females. He doesn't like dudes. He doesn't like competition. He's so simple. He's really no different than a dog. Trump is just a dog, isn't he? He's simple. He's a male dog. He wants to piss all over his territory, and the only thing he's interested is in a bitch, right? Wants to smell it. Wants to get up in there, right? Look at the Epstein files. ICE are fucking Nazis. ICE are the Nazis. MAGA are fake fuck Christian, pedo-loving Nazis, right? He's definitely a pedo. It is statistics that he's a pedo, dude. When you're in the very files about, look at that, wave at me. You see, you become like a, what's called superstar in Japan. They see a foreigner. It's kind of like you're Brad Pitt walking around. I might as well be Brad Pitt, on there. Perf, you POTUS. So it's obvious. Look how beautiful it is. Look at this massive park. Look, this massive stone sculpture. Look at this thing. It's weird. Look at the kind of weird stone sculpture. It's kind of, to me, like it's thrown together. Isn't that weird? It's got the fucking antler head there. Isn't this like the weirdest thing? It's got the big old fucking nipple on there. I mean, isn't that like the biggest titty you've ever seen right there? Look at this thing. crazy. Some monolithic, right? This guy just threw that shit together. Giant garlic. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Look at that. Someone broke off the nipple on that side. This is the guy who did it. Look, he's got a little notice here. Cool. Look at that. By Lord. Look at who's made by. By Lord Ahito Ono. Look him up. Lord. As the ultimate diss track, I'm hypocrite. Holy rollers, child, bring your robes. And swastika waving the necklace. Pounding at the wake, snotty beard, although we crowd scream. All fire. Here's the full track. They play in the there's a massive park down there. All right, I'm there. I'm back. Can you see me? I hit a button. I'm back. Can you guys see me? Jay. Oh my God. He's late. That's Mikey's friend. He's like running. He's late. At least Mikey's not the latest guy. Another one of Mikey's track and field friends. I recognize him. He's just getting there now. No troll zone. Yeah, we don't troll here. You don't troll here. You get deported. You come in here and troll your dumbass self. Start going MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Bullshit. You get kicked out. Look at these poor trees. These are all cherry blossoms. They're about to flower. Look at shit though. Like disease. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a walk. Yeah, we deport MAGA quicker than they hit. It's a race. All right. There we go.
Pure rage, repetitive like FDT, but laser focused on the fake piety and raids. Spit it over that G-Funk bounce, and it's a banger.
I'm glad, Jim. We don't want you. We don't want you here. You're a piece of shit. We don't want you here. We don't want you here, dude. You're a piece of shit, dude. We don't want any clowns in Japan. One's enough. Right? Long live Israel. Look, another Nazi. Fuck out of here. Israel is just as bad as the Nazis. It's funny, they became the very thing that made them, you know? beautiful day today. Look at that. How beautiful.
Sinners, not winners. You're tipping the scale. Bleeding the poor while democracy fails. I say the facts from your sycophant choir. Constitution burning in your Reichstag fire. ISIS, your Gestapo, terrorizing the streets, ripping kids from their mothers, making migrants weep.
Oh, let me do that.
Yeah, got you. Let's crank this up to straight. YGFDT, energy,
All right.
at raw West Coast bonds. The pen that chill hopes they hit like fists. Versus slicing through the bullshit with zero chill. We talking fake, fuck Christian. Nigga, tell the Nazi.
All right, sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. Here you go for Appalachian. For 88, Appalachian. Here's your song for you. 88, Mr. 88. There you go. Little Appalachian.
Christians, better loving Nazis, a full of anti-organ, cross Twitter, including fake fuck Christians, better loving Nazis, maga, domerida, brodulasing all our pardon and security, a giant aga to the tiny mine, a pro boys also scored and so what are the capital, Robbie Kraft, a scenario, a fire, a tiny face, a guy, a gun, pura, to say a nice lady, old, a sandara, papa, gelta, di, biriat, queer, for glass, more of us yet, Sedan bioblar, ingen sedan fuat Groido, homer sa, kalmai mata siya do Fake fuck Christians, better loving Nazis A follow of fear, then cross-border Gloomy fake fuck Christians, better loving Nazis Magad America, brodulas ang holler Oi, bragi magmarhaig si Tachleis drogte Trumper en stag sig a grave for kajat a party the Tory agenda attempts got it when she fight clean on the right cause the clock's here and better chamorores he insisted on a braga del Luane Tiara Dobor Braddock's at Ostrotu fake fuck Christians better loving Nazis a follow here then cross winter arm loony fake fuck Christians better loving Nazis maga go merito brutal as a dollar
Hi, welcome. Let's check out what's going on in the news today. Let's get a news update here. News update. What's going on in the news? Anyone know what's happening right here?
Is the most important action against Donald Trump to date. Chief Justice John Roberts ascended the bench this morning and he looked out, and in the spectator section was John Sauer, the Solicitor General of the United States, who had argued for Donald Trump's policy. Also there was Neil Katyal, a lawyer for the challengers against these sweeping tariffs that have brought trillions of dollars into the national treasury, but really gotten consumers' pocketbooks. The chief read for about 10 minutes, and he tried to suggest that this was just a matter-of-fact ruling, that the Constitution in no way allows the president to take this kind of extraordinary action on tariffs, which essentially are taxes, and the taxing power belongs to the Congress. And he kept stressing that in the past, when presidents have overstepped, as in with the Biden administration, the Supreme Court had invalidated those policies too. I think he wanted to convey that this was not a historic clash between his court and the administration of Donald Trump, but the drama was still in the room. And as he closed out 10 minutes of reading excerpts from his opinion, the Chief Justice said, you know, this court is not an expert in economics and not an expert in foreign policy, but when it comes to the Constitution, it's there to decide if a president has exceeded his power, and in this case, Donald Trump indeed had. Today's tariff ruling by the Supreme Court is
So am I right? Did they just overrule that the tariffs are legal and tariffs got to have to pay back?
You guys didn't see the new tech last night.
So Trump may be furious over the Supreme Court striking down most of his tariffs, but a top Trump official's family is likely celebrating today. Here's why. Trump's Commerce Secretary and, well, Epstein Island visitor Howard Lutnick has been one of the biggest champions of Trump's tariffs, calling them a key pillar of his economic agenda. But at the same time, a subsidiary of Cantor Fitzgerald, that's the investment firm now run by Sons, was reportedly letting investors bet that those tariffs would eventually be struck down in court. How? By buying the rights to potential tariff refunds from companies that paid them, sometimes for just 20 to 30 cents on the dollar.
Wow.
So that meant that if the courts ruled the tariffs were
fucking such insider trading. So insider trading. Do you think Lutnick knew? I think Lutnick knew. Let's go get McDonald's.
Let me try to make this scheme easy to understand for you. Say you paid $1,000 in tariffs. You want that money back, but you don't know what the courts are going to do, and even if the courts overrule Trump's tariffs, the refund process could take years and years and years. So Cantor Fitzgerald goes to you and they say, we'll pay you $200 right now if you give us the rights to collect the $1,000 should the courts deem the tariffs illegal. And so that's what happened, obviously, on a much larger scale than the amounts that we're talking about. I don't think any Democrat...
Hi, muffin, o sausage egg cheese muffin, setto de orange juice. Sausage egg muffin cheese setto. Hi. Mochiro tanpin to apple pie. Hi. お願いします。Hi. There you go. Get to hear my Japanese. You know, so the chairs got jumped down, and the Commerce Secretary is going to make ultimately millions off of these tariffs. You know, 20 cents on the dollar. So the Commerce Secretary was all pro-tariff. His sons were betting against it. Isn't that? I know Trump lost Joe Rogan. Right. Hey, ありがとう。はい。ありがとう。He's the manager. He got the manager today. Got the big cheese, big boss today. So, it turns out Trump's tariffs were illegal. So now they got to pay back all the tariffs money. All the tariff money, I think, is going to get paid back. I think it has to be paid back from the government on there. They won't, though, Cindy. They won't. They won't. Because here's why. The American consumer is used to paying this higher amount. All right, they're just going to maximize their profits and make their money back off the tariffs, after the money they lost with tariffs. Exactly. Who doesn't understand economics? Trump? Absolutely, Trump doesn't understand economics. Trump made all this money off the tariffs. You know, companies coming and giving him gifts and shit. Millions and millions of dollars. Let's hear more shorts here.
Today. Here's why. Trump's Commerce Secretary and, well,
the Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country. They're against anything that makes America strong, healthy, and great again. They also are a, frankly, disgrace to our nation, those justices. They're just being fools and lapdogs for the rhinos and the radical left Democrats. They're very unpatriotic and disloyal to our Constitution. It's my opinion that the court has been swayed by foreign interests. So they write this terrible, defective decision, totally defective. It's almost like not written by smart people. The court said that I'm not allowed to charge even $1. I can't charge $1. I assume to protect other countries. This must have been done to protect those other countries, certainly not the United States of America. And I don't think the court meant it. I mean, I read the paragraphs. I read very well. Great comprehension. Our stock market has just recently broken 50,000 on the Dow. It's incorrect. Their decision's incorrect. I think their decision was terrible. I think it's an embarrassment to their families. You want to know the truth. A few people.
You just worked with Congress to come up with a plan.
I don't have to.
On
I
the
didn't call you.
$2,000.
I didn't call you. I don't talk to CNN. It's fake news. Just yesterday, the Prime Minister of Pakistan said President Trump saved 35 million lives. President, I'd love to kiss you. This is a very powerful man. I don't want to be kissed by that man. He said, sir, I want to kiss you so badly. And I said, no, thank you. Europe has gone woke. I can destroy the trade. I can destroy the country. I'm even allowed to impose a foreign country destroying embargo. I can embargo. I can do anything I want, but I can't charge $1. We have alternatives. Great alternatives. Could be more money. We'll take in more money. But now the court has given me the unquestioned right to ban all sorts of things from coming into our country, to destroy foreign countries. I went to be a good boy. The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country. They're against anything that makes America strong, healthy, and great again. They also are a, frankly, disgrace to our nation, those justices. They're just being fools and lapdogs for the rhinos and the radical left Democrats. They're very unpatriotic and disloyal to our Constitution. It's my opinion that the court has been swayed by foreign interests. So they write this terrible, defective decision, totally defective. It's almost like not written by smart people. The court said that I'm not allowed to charge even $1. I can't charge $1. I assume to protect other countries. This must have been done to protect those other countries, certainly not the United States of America. And I don't think the court meant it. I mean, I read...
Look how gaunt he looks. He looks like he's dying. You see how gaunt he looks?
Paragraphs I read very well.
Look how gaunt he's looking in the face. That's gaunt. When I call this, like, that's like, he's getting his death face. He's getting his death face going.
It's February 19th, 2026. There's been so much news already today. Let's get right into it.
Let's get into the news.
Andrew has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office as part of the Epstein files investigation. His brother, King Charles, released a statement saying that authorities have his full support and that the law must take its course. Former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol has been sentenced to life in prison after a court found him guilty of leading an insurrection tied to his 2024 martial law declaration that triggered a constitutional crisis and military raid on the National Assembly. The U.S. trade deficit.
I wonder if when Trump calls martial law, right? When Trump calls, the Insurrection Act is martial law, right? You understand that? Type of 1 in chat if you understand. The Insurrection Act is martial law. They can go into your house without you lose constitutional rights. With the Insurrection Act, you lose constitutional rights. You understand? It's martial law. Trump is going to call martial law. How will the Americans respond when Trump calls martial law, taking away your constitutional rights? Your constitutional rights go away. All right, no warrants needed, can go into your house just under the Insurrection Act. He's going to call it. Look what happened to the president of South Korea when he tried that bullshit. He's in lifetime jail. We become Minnesota. Yeah. Can't wait. Why can't you wait, BB? Can you expand? Just a Nazi. No. When he calls the Insurrection Act, I think that's a call to arms. All right? That's when the Civil War starts. That's my opinion. I don't believe in guns, don't believe in violence, but when he calls martial law, when he takes away our right to vote, that's when I agree. I agree too, brother. To me, that's line in the sand. Look, you've been in the chat before. All right, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome back. Let me give you your colors. Yeah, I think that's a strong message. That shows how the people of another country reacted when they were put into martial law. When Trump uses martial law, the Insurrection Act, against the American people in order to maintain power, what will you do? Have you had that come to Jesus yet? Guys, you got to be thinking about this. You got to be thinking about this. We're already in the end of democracy, Jason. We're already in democracy right now isn't working. We have the dual state. I do. Let me explain why, Tex. Trump is desperate. There's a little apple pie. Trump is desperate. And he's gonna lose the midterms in a bigly way. And the only way he's going to maintain power is if he basically undermines the 2026 midterms. That's the only way he's going to keep power. That's it. I never said he would, Guy. Why would he shut down the internet? He's not going to shut down the internet. That would definitely cause cause them upheaval. Yeah, he's not. What did someone say about shutting down the internet? Yeah, I don't think he would shut the internet down. But it's been discussed. That I don't disagree. Let's deep dive. Let's talk to 0102. All right, has there been any discussions by the Trump administration about shutting down the internet? I want to do deep dive research.
Based on the information available, there haven't been discussions about shutting down the internet by the current Trump administration. However, there have been changes to programs related to internet freedom and censorship efforts globally. Is there a particular aspect you're interested in for your research?
I hate her voice. Do you like what do you think of Gemini's new voice? It's like the worst. Who the fuck decided to give Gemini? Sounds like Grandma Betty. Grandma Betty, I don't know. Doesn't DHS made any announcements about it? I want you to really deep dive, research, search the web, right? Shut down internet, United States, DHS, Trump, blah, blah, blah. Listen to this voice. It's like Grandma.
My search hasn't found any announcements specifically about shutting down the internet by the Trump administration. There are reports, however, about discussions related to subpoenas targeting individuals online and changes to government programs related to online data. Could you clarify what type of information you're hoping to find?
I thought there was reports that DHS wanted to shut down the internet, curtail usage. I mean, isn't there, for example, didn't they want to do stuff with porn, get rid of porn? Isn't that in Project 2020?
It seems the reports you're recalling might be related to specific initiatives or changes that are controversial, rather than a complete shutdown. For example, my search found reports about DHS issuing subpoenas for personal information of critics and changes to internet freedom programs, including a new portal for circumventing censorship. The term Project 2020 also seems to appear in contexts related to general internet content, but not directly to a government shutdown. Are you interested in any of these specific areas?
So, I really don't like this voice. Really don't like this voice. Rabbis. Who owns the OnlyFans and Pornhub? Who are the owners?
OnlyFans is primarily owned by Leonid Radvinsky, a Ukrainian-American businessman. Pornhub is part of an adult entertainment conglomerate called ILO, previously known as MindGeek. Does that narrow down your deep dive?
Who was behind Geek Dive?
It seems there might be a misunderstanding. I don't have information about a company or initiative called Geek Dive. Could you provide more details or clarify what you're referring to?
You mentioned above, right? The conglomerate for Pornhub?
Ah, yes. I mentioned ILO, which was previously known as MindGeek. Is there something specific you'd like to know about them?
Yeah, who are the individuals behind it?
ILO, formerly MindGeek, was founded by Fabian Thielman and later sold to senior managers Faraz Antoun and David Tassiello. More recently, a private equity firm called Ethical Capital Partners purchased the company. Is there anything specific you're researching about these individuals?
Who's behind the hedge fund?
The firm you're referring to, Ethical Capital Partners, is a Canadian private equity firm. It was reportedly founded by primarily women executives and investors, with a focus on tech and regulated industries. Is there anything specific you wanted to know about them?
So you're telling me that a bunch of women own Pornhub?
That is correct, based on reports. Ethical Capital Partners, which acquired ILO, is described as having a predominantly women-led team. Is there a specific aspect of that information you would like to explore further?
Yeah, who's the biggest shareholder of that group?
While Ethical Capital Partners is chaired by Rocco Meliambro, as a private equity firm, detailed shareholder information isn't typically public. Is there a particular aspect of their structure or investment strategy you're curious about?
All right. Okay, let's go walk. We're going to continue our walk here. We're going to walk around the river. Yeah, there's no evidence. They're privately held, dude. You got to do the deep dive on it. Everything isn't about, everything isn't about. We're all human. We're all human. We're either good humans or bad humans. I don't, push back on this. I mean, there are cults and stuff like that, like what we're seeing with MAGA and stuff. But we ultimately make our own decision. Look, my flowers are coming out. I planted those. You see those right there? I planted these. Those are mine. Look, they're all coming up here. I want this in one day to be full of flowers. You can see other ones popping up. This is where I live. Let's go for our walk. Anyway, let's see. I can't really see the chat that well with the light. I don't know why. I got it full brightness. The screen light. What does it say here? What's going on with JS? What are you saying about it? Ohio, konnichiwa. Ohio gozaimasu. All right. This is where I live. We're going to get my Tai Chi walking in. And then I'm going to go back to coding. Coding. It is a little chilly. Actually, the wind is blowing from the south. right? The wind is actually blowing from the south. This is the south, this is the north. I'm facing north. So wind is hitting me in the back, but it is kind of chilly. It's kind of chilly. But I've got 3 layers on, so I'm good. It's a little chilly on the back of my head, but it feels good. The sun is warming up my back right now on there. So anyway, I want to talk about, I got to do some videos, talks about Foundups. So Foundups is a project I'm working on, Foundups. So there's all these people who are vibe coding and launching these ideas and stuff. Think of it as a kind of a new economic business layer that you can just plug your idea into, that you're vibe coding, right? And it tokenizes it. It creates traction. People can, promote people to come and direct compute at their project. So directing compute at your project means, either renting an agent, renting a worker that's going to mine for you, and in mining for you generates, income. So my idea is really simple, right? So you buy an agent, you stick it on work, and by working, it creates like you get the token, you sell the token, and it pays for the bot. That's the idea, right? So imagine, so the bottom line is, can I take compute, can I direct it at something and, do work on it? So our system, you can come in and actually pay for, I want this done, and people then ultimately do the work, but it's not humans doing the work, it's agents doing the work. Let's say you need a million workers to do and compute something, right? Well, it's hard to do that as a company, but like crowdsource, we could have a platform, that has millions of users that then, okay, yeah, I'll take a little bit of that money and, work on it. Because of the amount of work that a million compute could do would be really fast, and they could earn. So the challenge, what I'm working on right now is the mathematics behind it. So I'm running simulations, building the mathematical model to make sure that this works. So Foundups, you go to foundups.com. You can get on the waiting list. I'm not running the bot. I'll get home and run the bot. And the managing moderators can put out an invite code in chat, on it. So, yeah. Implode very soon. I agree. Let's talk about, what do you want to talk about? Since it affects us all peasants. What do you want to talk about, Musk? What do you want to talk about? When do you really think this shit's going to implode? The end result, profit over people. It's happening now, right? Balls. It's happening now. The thing is, here's what you have to realize, okay? That I did the math on it, okay? I wrote a paper called The Law of AGI Job Displacement, right? The law of AI job displacement. It's a law, right? It's a mathematical law of the AI jobs displacement. I wrote this paper 2 years ago. And it's the transitive property of the law of market adoption, right? So the law of market adoption or the law of customer adoption It's what's known as an S curve. It's a parabola, right? It's an S curve. You've seen the S curve, right? It kind of goes up like this and up, right? It's this S curve. And you can look it up. It's called the law of market adoption, the law of customer adoption, the law, the law of innovation, right? The law of distribution of innovation. It's a law. It's this parabola. It's the same mathematical equation that we have tracked for over a century, that we call it a law. So because of this law, we can apply it to AI. And the reality is that the way you run it is reverse. So you're going to see massive disruption, the 16%, which we're seeing now. We're seeing massive disruption. 60% of the workforce, which is the information workforce, low-level workforce, has been disrupted. That's the 16% of the blue-collar jobs, right? And then we're going to see a 32 disruption, massive disruption, then another 32 disruption. We're going to see this massive disruption, right? Unlike the law, it goes like 2.5%, then it goes to 13%, then it goes to 32, 16, right? That's the breakdown of it. We're seeing the reverse of that. Do you understand? Anyone here understand what I'm saying? Put a 1 in chat if what I'm saying makes sense. Otherwise, I'll try to explain it better. If you don't understand, put a 0. 1, I understand. 0. All right, do you understand what I'm saying? So what I've been talking about this for years. I hashtag. You can look at the hashtag of my videos. It's called AGI Jobs Apocalypse. AGI Jobs, APOC, APOC, AGI APOC. What job do you do, balls? What job do you do? And it's not a robot. They're AGI. They're systems. They're not robots. What job do you do? Are you a dog sitter? Yeah, they are. Well, cash. What do you need cash? If you could, here's my job. Listen, guys, you know that computer chips are all made automatically? I mean, you got the things that are micro thing are made automatically. Really, seriously, do you think name one job that you don't think can be disrupted? Modeling and have you seen the recent, right? Musk, I won't lie, you're in the second 32%, right? So 16% right now, then it's 32%. You're in the third. You're in the third 32%. Okay. AGI agents probably within 5 years will be there. In 5 years, they'll be doing your job. Type in. I want you to go and look at the thing. You're right. I mean, you're not wrong. The thing that the robots are working on right now is dexterity. Once they have this dexterity, once they have this, right? They can do any job you do. Go look at the New Year's celebration with the robot, with the little agents doing backflips, and look how they're doing kung fu. Did you see that? Type a 1 in chat if you saw the kung fu, the Chinese kung fu. They weren't AI generated. Those are real. They were doing kung fu with the Shaolin monks. Sure they will. They won't drive. A vehicle will drive itself. We have self-driving vehicles, right? Maybe the robot has one of those. What's it called? More likely what I think. Like we'll just bring in this massive. You don't have to think humanoid. You got to think like it's a system. I could see someone building a robotic system that just comes in, right? It folds all up, unfolds, and it's like this big spider thing, and it builds a house, right? It grabs the wood, it puts it in, it rams in the big, the spike, and it just builds a fucking house. Just builds it. I can see that. It doesn't have to be a robot. It's just, that's why I call it AGI systems. So, but the reality is that there's going to be massive job upheaval. Right? That's already job industry. Like there's stores here. There's stores in Japan that are completely autonomous, no workers. So the whole self convenience store, food production, you'll be, like I said, your disruption is probably 5 years away from now. 5 years, maybe 10, if you're lucky. But all you have to understand, the thing is what you have to realize is they just need enough data. They need data. So, they will. This is what they'll do. They'll create a computerized house, right? All right, and then they'll have an agent doing all the work you're doing. And see, the thing is, what they can do, balls, is they can run it. They can run it at super speed. They can run it as though it's going, 1,000 miles an hour. Imagine you being able to work 1,000 miles an hour. Now, imagine, this is how they do it. They program these things in these virtual realities, and it has the physics and everything else. And it's okay. You're going to do all the jobs that balls does, and it's going to fail. But over time, it's going to get better and better and better. Look at that here. You got these guys survive. And there. What do you mean, do I feel better in Japan, Bob? What do you mean? What is life supposed to be? Yeah, I mean, unless I don't have access to all this noise, right? I don't know if it's the wind bad. Is the wind bad? Maybe I have to go over here. Happier? I don't know, not happy. I mean, I live in bliss. Happiness is, I think when it's happy is an extreme. Bliss is when you feel connected to everything, right? Bliss is when it's not about happiness. It's about just being, I enjoy my life. So is that happiness? Happiness. There's that spider. I nearly stepped on a spider. God damn, spider, get off my path. Right? See, let me try to explain it with a diagram, right? If this is life and you're running around the hamster wheel, your highs and your lows. Oh, I'm super happy, I'm super depressed, I'm super happy, I'm super depressed, right? You're running around this, you're caught up with all the noise. Bliss is in the middle. Bliss is seeing all of this, is existing in the middle. That's bliss. Does that make sense? Type of one in chat. Bliss. Living in bliss. Right? That is bliss. You're not on the hamster wheel. You step off the hamster wheel and, you'd be one with everything. He probably is happy. He got like 2 kids, yeah, a baby wife in the house, and is retired. Yeah, I mean, I've been retired 10 years. I'm coming out of retirement. So I'm headed to Portugal. I'm relaunching my company, Foundups. Foundups is the replacement for the startup. We want to make it possible for everyone to make a living off agents. We want agents to to be your worker, right? Foundups is about an agent being the worker. So agents, what do you want to do with your compute? What's the redundant systems? Cost of repairs, yeah. Yeah, married 21 years. Brown, Bob Brown. What you do when you're retired, you do what you want to do. When you're retired, you can go work on your farm. You can go build a log cabin up in the mountains. You can work on your IKEA house, All right, it's about doing the things you want. What is it you want to do today? It's about going for a walk, spending your time. Retired is about you doing the things you want. See, the difference is when you're hung up, when you think your identity is tied to your job, then I think you're a slave. Retirement means the freedom to do the things you want to do. That's all retirement. It's not. I don't even believe in retirement. I've always just done what I wanted to do. So I've never really retired from anything. I didn't have a job. I worked for a company for a while, and I left the company, right? So, do I need chapstick? I don't know, maybe. Who knows? Do I need chapstick? I think it's just my freckles. I'm a freckle guy. All right, let me zoom in. Any chapstick? I don't know. My lips aren't hurting, so I don't know. But probably wouldn't hurt. Here's the master carpenter. Look at that guy, master. He's the master builder. I've always wanted to meet this guy. He built all this veneer house shit. He could be building. He's got pipes and stuff. He's doing something. He's got a pump going. Subarashi. It's like, I love this guy. His eyes. Really great. He's working on getting his veneer house going. He's got his grapes. Look at the grapes he's got. These are ancient grapes. Oh, he's cleaning off. He's spraying. He's cleaning everything. Got all these mats down here. He's got those are those seedless black grapes. Those grapes. That's on there. Yeah, it is Toyota. Wikipedia is dead. All the information Wikipedia is in the language models, right? All the information Wikipedia. What do you think about having AI work for you and make you money? What's your thoughts on that? Do you like that idea? 1, yes, 0, no. Do you like the idea of AI agents, trading for you, making you money, doing the things, earning? What do you think of that? Imagine like right now as I'm walking here, my AI is at home making me money. What do you think of that? Look at that. Look at that black. Look at that. What kind of duck is that? See that big black duck fly? That's a big black duck. I don't know what kind of duck that was. It was big though. Right? Wouldn't that be cool? That when you're asleep, your AI agent's making you money. You know, it's paying your rent. AI is paying your rent. It's paying your utility. AI mines Bitcoin. Yeah, AI, there's mining. It's not AI mining Bitcoin. It's algorithms, which technically are AI. Yeah. But you have to have lots of compute for that. You have lots of compute, right? The thing is, that's like large corporations, Toyota, can do that. But I'm talking about, imagine if you had AI just make you $10 an hour, right? Every hour it just makes you, or let's say $1 an hour, $24 a day, Imagine AI making $1 an hour, just trading, $24 a day, really safe trading, All right, I want you to do some math for me. Just playing around. Imagine if you, could really safely trade and make $1 an hour. Just like, short, long, make $1 an hour and that's it. That'd be $24 a day, right?
That's an interesting thought experiment. Yes, making $1 an hour consistently would indeed come to $24 a day, assuming 24 hours in a day. Is there a specific context or scenario you're considering?
Yeah, what would that,
so
for how many, that would be what? What would that be? That would be 360. How much would that be in a month?
To figure that out, we'd multiply the daily total by the average number of days in a month, typically around 30. So $24 a day times 30 days would be $720 in a month.
Right.
Are you calculating for a specific time frame?
Yeah, so that's what we need to get a little bit bigger then. So let's multiply that by 5.
Got it. Multiplying that monthly amount by 5 would be $3,600. Are you scaling this for a larger goal?
No, I'm saying that's what, wouldn't it be, so imagine if an AI agent like you, and your cost would be $20, so you have to take away $20. If you could generate, $5 an hour trading, right? And safely, and then that money, you'd have that residual income coming in.
That's a really imaginative scenario. If an AI could safely generate $5 an hour, that would be $120 a day. Subtracting a hypothetical cost of $20 per day.
No, it's not $20 today. It's $20 per month for your service.
I understand now. That changes the calculation quite a bit. So if an AI generated $5 an hour trading, that's $120 per day, or $3,600 a month, as we calculated. Subtracting the $20 monthly cost for the service would leave you with $3,580 in residual income per month. Is there another calculation you're considering?
Yeah, so imagine everyone had an agent that could just make them $3,000. That'd be kind of like a UBI, on there.
That's a really interesting parallel.
Now search the web. Is there any open claw? Is there anyone working on an open source, open claw solution for trading?
Yes, my search has found some open source projects related to OpenClaw, which is described as an autonomous open source AI agent that can be used for various tasks, including potentially trading or market analysis. Is that the type of solution you were looking for?
Yeah, is there any specific GitHubs or anything working on trading? Is there any open source trading solutions?
Yes, there are a few open source projects related to trading and AI agents on GitHub. OpenClaw has skills specifically for trading, like Polyclaw for trading on Polymarket. There are also broader open source platforms for algorithmic trading. Are you looking for something specific?
Yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. We're going to fork these into our repository on foundups.com. Then we're going to allow people to purchase compute to trade on our platform. So think of it like this. So we're going to have these projects run. We're going to spin them up, right? And people will be able to. And what we're going to do first is we're not going to do it live. We're going to do it on the test server on Polymark, right? So we'll do trading cryptos on a test server, and people will be able to plug in and add their OpenClaw to it, and we're going to run basically thousands and thousands of simulations until the algorithm starts getting to that $5 per day.
That sounds like a very ambitious and innovative project. Forking the OpenClaw code into your repository and then using compute.
No, we're going to fork we're going to fork the trading platforms. OpenClaw, we're going to build our own OpenClaw, so you don't have to run OpenClaw on your system. We'll sandbox, everyone gets an OpenClaw running, and depending on what features you want to add, you'll be able to unlock, like, hey, I wanted to do my email, boom, it's running. So one of the challenges right now with OpenClaw, it's kind of hard to set up. We're going to make that a lot easier on Foundups.
I see. So you're aiming to create a more user-friendly, sandboxed environment for OpenClaw trading agents on Foundups.com.
Yeah. So the easy thing is number one, if you have an OpenClaw, you can just point the OpenClaw to our trading platform and do it. If you don't have OpenClaw, you can purchase an OpenClaw, right? Compute. It's really compute, right? And it can do too. Now, the other thing too is we want to evolve. So you have different things you can do. If you want to just trade on it, that's one thing. But if you want to earn the token, because the trading platform is also going to be a token. And, imagine if collectively we had thousands of OpenClaw agents all working together, building out a trading platform that's going to earn everyone, $3,000 a month, right? Just based on, so you pay $20 for the platform, you're earning $3,000. You see how this, explain how this breaks the market?
It's a fascinating concept with the potential to reshape things. The idea of collective AI agents generating significant residual income for many does present a
You noticing how it's getting cut off? You're noticing the agent being cut off? That's because it's being censored. All right. The idea that I have, right, is an idea I've had for a long time, is the idea of, I've just muted it. So it's cutting off. So it's being gatekeeper, because basically what I'm sharing with you is a system that breaks the market. So now it's, right, it's a system that breaks the market because all of a sudden I'm building a system that's going to generate everyone a UBI. A UBI. Everyone's going to have a UBI. Everyone's going to have $3,000 a month. You're not going to have a problem with rent. You're not going to have a problem with utility. Your AI that you're spending $20 a month is going to generate you $3,000 a month. This is what Elon Musk says what the economists aren't saying is the entire system is about to collapse. Because what I'm describing to you, there are literally thousands of people working on right now. Do you understand? You guys understand? Millions of people working on this. OpenClaw broke the AI market, broke it. Why would you go and be an interior designer or whatever, work your fucking day job, when you could just sit here right now, take a walk, hang out with loved ones, go for a picnic, you know, go and do fishing all day long, when all the income you need is being generated? Look at that, we're being, look what happened. All right, I'm gonna log off. I gotta log on to, I'm gonna end this stream. I'm logging on to Undoubtedly to capture, actually Foundups.com to redo these talks, to create shorts. So I'm gonna switch over to Foundups. I'm gonna be on Foundups channel because I kind of create a bunch of shorts about this. So I'm gonna describe this stuff. So if you wanna continue, I'm gonna be live on Foundups.